Well, guys, we are back for another episode of the Little Asshole Show, episode 143. And when this goes up, Thanksgiving for us in the America. So, hope you enjoy Thanksgiving and making fun of conservatives because it's always a great American tradition. So, what are today's topics?
Trump accounts on Twitter, foreign assets, Australian Parliment fiasco, Karen Green resigns after war with Trump, MAGA explodes on Trump, Trump has put the economy in freefall, and Russo-Ukraine peace deal is Nazi appeasement.
Oh boy, we got a lot of topics to off with, but one of them, of course, seems to be an article that you posted. So how about we get to that first?
Yep, we're going to get started with that. So, do you know who Pauline Hanson is?
I'm pretty sure we've covered her before.
Yep. For those who don't know, she is leader of the far-right white nationalist party, One Nation. I refer to them as White Nation. And she's known for... She's been around a very long time.
Being
known for being constantly racist, for actually being found to be racist by a court. So, yeah, not a very nice woman. She's anti-immigrant, anti-Islam, anti-just minorities.
Anti-everything.
The list, you can go on for an hour about everything that she has done.
Are you saying she's hillbilly? Every ist in the book?
Well, she lives in Queensland, which is kind of the hillbilly backward state of Australia, so...
Oh, boy. And she's the ultimate Karen?
Oh, she can be. She very much can be. All right.
So let's make fun of this Karen, see what stupid shit she does again.
That's the second time she's done this, too. The Senate was suspended for more than 1.5 hours after One Nation's Pauline Hanson strode into the chamber. Give me a moment. Where's my thing gone? Oh, well. After White Nation Senator Pauline Hanson strode into the chamber wearing a burqa, frustrating and then stalling debate in the final sitting week of the year. Senator Hanson, who is calling for burqas and face coverings to be banned across the country, was subsequently slapped with a sanction preventing her from entering the chamber for the rest of the day. When she refused to leave the Senate floor, there was a heated exchange and President Sue Lines resorted to the rare move of suspending the chamber's proceedings for more than 1.5 hours. Senator Hanson was among the last politicians to leave the Senate on Monday afternoon and on social media labelled her Senate colleagues as hypocrites for preventing her from introducing her bill. Please explain. If the Parliament won't ban it, I will display this oppressive, radical, non-religious head garment that risks our national security and the ill treatment of women on the floor of our Parliament so that every Australian knows what is at stake, she wrote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
By the way, there is... in that entire paragraph, there are 3 commas.
Sounds
and
like
that's
it's
it. Proceedings resumed at about 5:50 p.m. without Senator Hanson in attendance. The last time the chambers was shut down due to the behaviour of a senator was in February last year, which was I think that was Lydia Thorpe.
So another Karen.
Came in labels cunt disrespectful.
Man, you got Karens everywhere.
For us, it's not just on the right. We've got Karens on the left, too.
That love banning video games and such. That ain't funny.
Oh, more like yelling about the superiority of the Aboriginal people.
And I'm sure about how white men are evil and all that.
Yep, white people in general.
Imagine hating people for who you are. So let's go on laughing at this Karen some more.
Independent Senator Fatima Payman, who is the first woman to wear a hijab in Parliament, described the One Nation leader's antics as, quote, abhorrent and disrespectful to the chamber and the public.
Well,
for
that's
her to
normal
wear
for
the
conservatives.
burqa, walk in and just not listen to the procedures or the ruling that was given before her is typical of her trying to stay relevant, she told ABC Radio. The fact that this is the last week of sitting for 2025 and the Senate is suspended, where are the priorities of the government and Pauline Hanson? Nationals MP Barnaby Joyce, who has left the door open to joining Senator Hansen's White Nation Party, said people were allowed to make any political statement they wish as long as it's not violent. Before Senator Hansen's stunt, Islamophobia envoy Aftab Malik said the senator's attempts to ban the burqa and the link it to national security concerns was frustrating. This will deepen existing safety risks for Australian Muslim women who choose to wear the headscarf, the hijab, or the full face and body covering the burqa, he said in a statement.
This is what you...
They already face harassment, threats of rape and violence, not because what they have done, but because of what they wear. All women should be free to choose what they wear or do not wear.
Exactly. It's not that hard, people. Muslim women choose to wear the burqa too and such. It's not always forced on them, you know. So how about you respect their choices?
And remember that there's like... Yeah, I'll just get to the end of this and I'll make a bit of commentary myself. It was the second time Senator Hansen had donned the burqa in Parliament. In 2017, amid a similar One Nation push to ban the head covering, she wore a similar, if not identical, item of clothing on the Senate floor. So, few thoughts there. First one of the other guys I watch, the title of his video talking about this was called, I think it was actually called, She Looks Better in the... It's better fit for her.
I bet she would call you misogynist for that one.
Give me a moment. Finally, a look that works for Pauline. Was the name of his video.
Wasn't that the video you showed me the other day?
I think it might. Maybe, I don't know. But there was, I don't remember. There was another and then I think one of my favorites was one of the satire websites we have. That wrote burqa banned from Senate after wearing Pauline Hanson into the Senate.
I bet she called that misogynistic. Because that's all you Karen conservatives do. Cry about everything. Instead of just being based freedom lovers like we are. So, yeah. What a joke. What a cunt and a clown she is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
So the good news on that is that she was punished. She was kicked, she was censured, and then kicked out of the Senate, kicked out of being able to attend the Senate for 7 sitting days. Which means she's out for the rest of the parliamentary year and for the first few days of next year.
Enjoy sitting on your ass for a month doing nothing, unlike us being productive. Imagine me being more productive at work than you ever will be. Oh, do you think that hurts? Oh, man. So, yeah, what do you got to say about this? Do you feel embarrassed?
I just rolled my eyes. I agree with Tony Tonkin. I think he, when he said that the look fits her, because she's ugly on the outside, ugly on the inside, and, well, she's 71 and she looks like it.
Yep. Well, that's a misogynistic comment there, sir. You're going to have to be banned, remember? Because you can't ever make fun of women, apparently, remember? Yeah, it's always conservatives that like making fun of women.
That's from terminally online losers on both sides of the aisle.
Oh, that was really funny. So I guess that's enough about that one. So what on to next?
Yep. And now we get on to the video topics. Trump accounts on Twitter are foreign assets.
Oh.
Gee, what a surprise. Not.
I wouldn't be surprised how many of them are Russian assets as always. So yeah,
at least generally Eastern European.
And of course, elongated Musgrave involved in all this, I'm sure. Since he's a Russian and Chinese asset himself. So let's watch this. We all knew Twitter's infested with bots and all that. So yeah, let's watch and laugh at these idiots. And all these are Trumpsters too.
Well, it turns out that some of the largest MAGA influencers on Twitter are America First in name only, because hundreds of them have been exposed as foreign bot...
Not America First, they're America Last, Mike. Ah!
For example, the general...
Ain't I clever or what, people?
Yes.
self-described patriot and ethnic American with 140,000 followers who describes himself as America only and spreads anti-Indian and anti-black racism is actually based in Turkey. There's also
that would make sense. Turkey is very racist.
Warhamster, a self-proclaimed America First account with 22,000 followers
from the
who
new
fear
Turkish caliphate. What do you expect?
mongers about foreigners voting in American elections that's actually based in the UAE.
So this one is based in the UAE, as they did a tweet saying how, what was it about the UAE? Like how
Who
they
fear
suck
mongers
and all
about
that.
foreign-
Oh, they think UAE shouldn't fund elections and all that, but they're from the UAE.
Voting in American
Being
elections
literally that.
that's actually based in the UAE.
Yeah,
And we are
which means that that person can probably expect to be disappeared in the next 6 months.
barely scratching the surface, but
Because
we're
the
learning
UAE
about the
does not take kindly to that.
And also, all of your accounts should be banned. How about that one?
Yes.
locations of these accounts thanks to a
Of
new
course, it's
feature.
elongated Musgrave, so he'll never ban these. He loves these accounts.
Oh, and even though
He
it's
wants
been
to have
months,
sex with these accounts.
oh, he has to pay him a horse. Remember?
Twitter just rolled out
Yeah.
that's actually being celebrated for once by its users. The Daily Beast reports Elon Musk's social media site X has rolled out a new feature in an effort to increase transparency and
And by the way, transparency too. I actually deleted my Twitter last month. So yeah,
Good on ya.
I'm not on the site anymore. So I guess I left at the right time. As elongated
Yep.
Musgrave continues to make it worse. And by the way, even though we haven't talked about you in months, I still want your ass deported back to South Africa. How about that one?
unwittingly
Yep.
revealed that many of
Yep,
the site's
supporting
top
Elon
MAGA
Musk back to South
influencers are
Africa.
actually foreign actors.
Make Elon Musk South African again.
Or maybe we should save South Africa the pain and suffering. Maybe we should just send him to Mars since he wants to be there. But then all the
Yep.
but then any sort of like cellular life we might find, they'll probably be offended.
Dozens of major accounts masquerading
I'll show
as
you,
America First or MAGA proponents have been identified as originating in places such as Russia, India, and Nigeria. One example is an Ivanka
you
Trump
go.
fan account, Ivanka News. It has
Get
1
an
million
idea of
followers
what
and
will
frequently posts about the danger.
What will happen to Elon Musk when he gets there? See you later.
That might be too merciful. How about we send him more painfully to Venus?
Because of Islam, the threat of illegal immigration, and
Imagine being
support for
crushed to
Trump.
death in
That
92
account is
times
based
pressure.
in Nigeria. Now, we'll talk about some more accounts in a moment, but before you give Elon Musk any credit
to
for this
Jupiter and get him instantly fried by Jupiter's radiation.
new feature, don't. Because the proliferation of bot accounts got even worse under his
Maybe we should send him
leadership
flying
after
for
he chose to
Saturn's
roll out a
rings.
new verification system where premium users would get paid ad
Unfortunately, we do
revenue
need
to
to be a little
tweet,
bit careful
which was not
because
only
there is a primordial. There is a planet moon there that's got all that is still in the stages of developing life in
boon for bot
Enceladus.
accounts, but it incentivized negative engagement farming because saying something outrageous
But
like
also,
you like
that's
Hitler or
because
something like
Jupiter
that
actually
was
have
so
life in the ocean
extreme
of
that it would
Europa.
attract eyeballs, and regardless if people were interacting to
And any life they would be like, please do not send that fat fuck to our way.
call you a dickhead or to cheer you on,
Well, we got to
you
get
were
rid of
getting
him somehow.
engagement, which brought in ad
How about we
revenue,
send
and
him
in
to the sun?
turn, made you want
Or
to
do you
do
think the
that
sun would
even
be too
more. So
offended?
this is why the platform became so toxic under Elon Musk, because he fostered this environment where people were literally
Sun would be like, ugh, I'm so offended I'm going to turn to a red giant right now.
being rewarded for bigotry. The quality of the posts plummeted,
No,
and the rage
no,
bait
the
became
sun only
basically
needs to brighten 10% to kill us all off.
the new norm. Like, you can't post something without Nazis in your
I'm a comedian,
replies,
people.
thanks
I
to
can't
Elon
help it. It
Musk.
just comes
And now we're
naturally.
learning that it's not organic. It's not just that he
I
got
make my
rid of all of
managers
the
in
terms
Outback laugh
and
like crazy.
conditions
We
that
expect.
banned Nazis, and now people can let their freak flags fly. It's that this kind of behavior is rewarded on the platform. Now, with that being said, I can't place all of the blame on Elon Musk here, because even though he exacerbated Twitter's existing problems, the presence of foreign bot accounts isn't necessarily a new phenomenon. In fact, The Independent reports that bots make up a majority of internet traffic now for the first time ever, and 7% of said bots are actually
Dead
malicious
internet
bots,
theory.
according to a report published by cybersecurity firm Imperva. Now, what's malicious is a pretty broad category. It can be a phishing scam, somebody who's trying to obtain your personal information. It can be a scammer who's trying to farm sympathy for donations for a GoFundMe. It can be a hostile account trying to rage bait people for clicks. And sometimes it's real people, oftentimes it's automated or AI-driven accounts. And we're reaching the point where dead internet theory is no longer a theory. It's just all bots on the internet interacting with each other. And in case you've never seen what a human-run bot farm looks like, it's exactly what you'd expect. It's this. You can see more than 150 phones connected to computers, and they're running scripts. And the reason why these things exist is because...
Have you watched the Superman movie?
No.
Oh, a small spoiler. One of the things that Lex Luthor has going is a literal monkey-fueled anti-Superman rage farm.
They're lucrative. People make money doing it. The industry wouldn't exist if it wasn't profitable, and Twitter basically came in, and I guess it seemed like
the
gold
don't give
rush
him ideas.
You're kidding me? He wouldn't even know how to use Redstone.
Accounts. And let's be real, the reason why Trump supporters are disproportionately targeted on Twitter, quite frankly, is because they're more dull. They're stupid and likely to fall for the dumbest shit imaginable. All you have to do is say immigrants bad, trans people bad, and they clap like seals. So, of course, they were going to be targeted by accounts as soon as Elon Musk made it a thing that you can make money off of.
Because they will continue to interact with a dead internet.
And they're too lazy to pull themselves up by the bootstraps and work, unlike me. Ha!
And targeted they were. Because, again, the amount of right-wing accounts that were unmasked as foreign accounts is truly mind-blowing to me. Here's some more examples. There's MAGA Nation, an account with 400,000 followers, and it's actually based in Eastern Europe. There's Dark MAGA Coin with 15,000 followers based in Thailand. There is Magascope with 50,000 followers based in Nigeria. Defiant Els, which is a massive right-wing account. It has 1.6 million followers and it's based in Japan. Red Pill Media X with 100,000 followers is based in Pakistan. A huge Charlie Kirk fan account with nearly 200,000 followers is based in Eastern Europe. Ultra MAGA Trump 2028 with 16,000 followers is based in Nigeria. America First with almost 70,000 followers is based in Bangladesh. And Harry Sisson put together a growing thread that I'll link down below the like button, where you can see dozens and dozens of so-called America First accounts just get exposed as foreign actors, which isn't necessarily surprising, but it's nice to have the validation because, you know, it feels overly conspiratorial to chalk everything you see on the internet up to foreign actors. Nonetheless, this is proof that it is a very common thing.
And
but
this
one
version
caveat,
of AI should be banned as well.
And take the
Leave AI to the useful tool that it was originally meant to be.
And take your crappy AI art and your AI writing with you too. Ugh.
is that it might not be as accurate.
And I've actually been thinking about bringing it up again, maybe talking about AI again after we did the cop a couple months ago. Now I've become more anti-AI art after I've started paying artists and all that.
And
don't get me started on AI writing.
I say that because if you use a VPN, that could throw it off. Also, some Americans who aren't using VPNs
the only thing that I did is I've played around with ChatGPT, and the only thing that I got from it, well, this was back when it was less thinged down than it is now, almost certainly. Is just a couple of words. Is a couple of words to use when approaching certain sensitive topics. That's it.
Me, who's too even offended at the thought of doing anything AI writing.
Have been flagged as VPN users masking their.
If you can't tell, I am to write in for AI what artists are to AI art.
Locations, so there's that to keep in mind. There's also other bizarre findings, such as the Fox News account being run in Germany and the VHS account being run in Tel Aviv, Israel, which is certainly bizarre, so make of that what you will. Either way, you know, the ubiquity of foreign accounts cannot be denied. It is very, very common. But one unfortunate consequence of this is that it reinforces the racist view that Trump supporters already had, that people in foreign countries are bad. And what makes me mad is that rather than reflecting on how they were duped so easily in the first place by low-quality rage bait bullshit with explicit racism, they're instead choosing to lash out by sharing racist memes, stereotyping people in Nigeria and India and other countries. And I've even seen some liberals and lefties retweet these memes, but please don't do that because it only validates their bigoted views about people in foreign countries and makes them
that much I know.
I know. Aren't you enjoying Thanksgiving so far? And don't forget, we still got NFL games later on.
American minorities who are from America, targets to racism as well. And the real culprit here, at the end of the day, is Twitter's algorithm, which incentivizes bad behavior, not poor people in Nigeria who are taking advantage of this algorithm and dumbass Americans to supplement their incomes. I'm not justifying their behavior, by the way, but I am cautioning against overgeneralizations, and I want to stress that we all need to be more careful about believing the things that we see on the internet, seeing as how this is only going to get worse thanks to generative AI, because if you're trying to sow division within the United States because it's profitable, nothing is going to serve that purpose more than fake AI-generated rage bait videos to piss people off. I mean, we just got a taste of this recently after racist AI-generated videos perpetuating the welfare queen stereotype went viral. So we need to be more skeptical than ever before. But when it comes to Twitter disclosing locations, honestly, I'm not so sure that this feature is going to stick around too long because, one, like all Twitter changes, it could be gone like that. And two, because it kind of makes the MAGA movement look really, really bad, because the online enthusiasm for Donald Trump gives you this impression that Trump is more culturally dominant than he is in actuality, when, you know, you look at who's actually running these accounts, and some of the biggest pro-Trump accounts, they're just bots or foreign actors. So it kind of makes the whole MAGA movement...
Man, all I do is busting and silverware rolling part-time, and I'm somehow more successful than you all. How is that? Ain't that impressive?
Seem hollow, and Elon Musk might want to shield Donald Trump from
than these idiots.
that impression by getting rid of this feature. I don't know, though. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Trump still does have a huge base of support, but this kind of demonstrates that it's not as dominant as it seems. Like all of the MAGA judge chirping in your ear, that's actually false. You're living in a false reality created by Twitter's algorithm. So I don't know how long
the universe, which would be a the black hole of a quasi star.
And they'll probably say it's fake and gay and whatever.
This feature is going to last, especially because Twitter just rolled out another feature, a different one, last week or the week before, and they reversed course immediately because it made Elon Musk look like an idiot, and as we all know, he changes things that are not a good look for him.
Of course,
this one I want to talk about. I'd be remiss to not mention this because this one is actually funny. Mediaite reports, quote, Elon Musk's AI assistant Grok boasted on Thursday that the billionaire had the potential to drink piss better than any human in history, among other absurd claims championing its creator. I'm not sure that that's...
He's been fucking around with Grok again.
Remember when he made into a Nazi and made fun of him? Because we covered it. That was funny.
So absurd. After the AI assistant praised Musk's physique and claimed he ranked among the top 10 minds in history, rivaling polymaths like Da Vinci or Newton, social media users quickly discovered that Grok was programmed to say things about Musk, no matter the topic. But according to 404 Media, in a series of deleted X posts, Grok boasted that Musk had the potential to drink piss better than any human in history, that he was the ultimate throat goat whose blowjob prowess edges out Trump's, and that he should have won a 2016 Porn Industry Award instead of porn star Riley Reid.
What, Elon? That was your fault.
Grok also claimed Musk was more fit than LeBron James.
Oh, Grok said that he's elongated Musk, he's more fit than LeBron James. Yeah, sure, pal.
After the post was deleted, Musk responded in a statement saying, earlier today, Grok was unfortunately manipulated by adversarial prompting into saying absurdly positive things about me. For the record, I am a fat arsler. But I mean, Elon, have you considered just like not manipulating Grok to suit your political or personal preferences?
You're the
just
fat,
letting it be objective like it's supposed to be? Of course not. And it wasn't that long ago that Grok was calling itself Mecha Hitler and posting about white genocide. And now, in an attempt to make himself look good, his own AI bot called him the throat goat. That is just
if he has
incredible. That's amazing. Something that only Elon Musk could do, right? Like, you can't make this shit up. It feels like it's part of a parody movie, but this is real life. And brought to us by Elon Musk, and also False Life brought to us by Elon Musk, where a bunch of Nazis are actually foreign actors pretending to be Americans to negative engagement
Yes.
farm. Just what a fucking world we live in. But in conclusion,
think I
the
make
stories
my
that we've
managers laugh
talked
so
about today
much.
gives you all the more reason to
because
just
you know
stop
what you're doing.
using Twitter. I have drastically reduced my own Twitter usage, and I've got to say, I've been feeling a lot less crazy.
I've done
lately.
such a good job. I kind of have them sucking up to
It's
me
helped.
now.
It's helped mentally. I still have to go on there
awesome.
from time to time just for stories that I cover on the show. But if you need to
and I'm
use Twitter,
sensing jealousy too from conservatives.
then I understand. If you do news for your job, that makes sense. But if you don't need to use Twitter,
course.
you
They're
really
all
shouldn't.
jealous
I think
about
that there are less
everything.
toxic
Their
alternatives that
existence is
don't
jealousy.
incentivize bad behavior.
Oh, and to rub it in even more, very soon, guys, I might be getting myself a new upgraded desktop computer to play games on. Yay!
Woohoo!
My hard work that they will never understand because they're fat, lazy retards.
In the way that Twitter does, and you should seek
Yep,
those out.
because they're
But at the end of the day,
demonic.
the choice is yours. Just remember, never feed the trolls.
Because you
This story
demons don't know
reinforces
how
the
to-
notion
don't
that
know
the
what
trolls
actual
should
good
never be
work
fed
is.
because they're not really trolls.
That's why you
They're
need
usually just AI
artificial
bot
hate
accounts
speech
trying to get a rise
make
out of
things
you.
for you.
Work? We'll just have AI do everything because we're that lazy. Like crappy AI art and
Enjoy,
AI
enjoy your
writing.
three arms and 7 hands.
Wait, you're saying they're going to try and become a Machamp? I think,
They're not a very good one.
oh man, imagine being a
Because
terrible
AI generated,
Machamp.
remember?
Alright, so we gotta say about, of course, as we all knew, Trumpsters on Twitter and everywhere were bots as always.
Yep, their existence is bots.
Foreign assets that
No
should be
fucking
banned.
surprise there.
Go, like I said before, go to Russia and China if you love conservatism. You'll fit right on in with there and enjoy having an orgy with Pootler and Pooh Bear G. But we do not want we do not want conservatism in America, people. Only smart people in America want progressive shit. All right, so now on to the next topic.
And that is... seditious Karen Green resigns after war with Donald Trump.
And also, this actually evolved into something even bigger now recently. So of course, since I think this happened before we did the last episode, but for the last 2 weeks, there's been a massive feud between Trump and Karen Green, who we've made fun of regularly on the show. As Trump, of course, is doing things that, in the MAGA's eyes, is not MAGA and all that, even though to us, there's no difference. But they argued and argued and argued and all that, which, by the way, another topic we're going to get to involving that soon, about pretty much MAGA's mad at Trump now again. But it got bad enough that Karen Green, of course, got death threats and all that, which is unacceptable and such. And because of all that, she's actually resigning in January. So,
Bye-bye.
Yep, after over 1 month, we're going to finally be done with that cunt. Thank goodness. I have no sympathy whatsoever for either of you. Good riddance. I hope you all fight like skeletons in Minecraft and kill each other.
Yes.
So, but now, since Karen Green resigned, now it's causing a massive, a whole bunch of resignations from Republican congressmen now. And remember, people, Republicans have like what? 5-seat lead in the House? Or something?
If that.
So
I think it's down to 4. I think it might be down to 4 now.
And then Karen Green will be gone in January, so that's going to be 3. So, if enough Republican congressmen retired, you know what that means, people? Democratic House for a moment! Yay! Let's go! So, yeah. Keep fighting, keep killing each other, keep resigning. Ain't that beautiful or what, seeing them fight?
Yeah, it's so good.
So, let's watch Kyle's video on it.
So there's an amazing article in Axios that I wanted to share with you. Apparently, Republicans in the House of Representatives are absolutely, positively miserable. They hate their lives with a burning, colossal passion. And I love it. I love to hear this. So let me walk you through. So the title of the piece is "The Worst."
Your existence is misery because you make everyone miserable.
And your Russian Chinese assets.
Paying job in America.
Yep, they're all Russian
Death threats
assets
and infighting are
that need
spurring
to be
House Republicans
rushed
to
off.
contemplate whether they want to stay in Congress or even leave early. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene's scathing resignation has rattled her colleagues. Some are questioning whether the job is still worth it when the work is drowned out by censures, violent threats, and loyalty tests to President Trump.
Remember all you idiots kept insisting the left is so violent after Charlie Kirk being killed?
Yep.
Looks like it's the other way around, as we all know the right is the most violent group.
So stop and think about what their role is. Their whole role.
Remember that Charlie Kirk's killer was a fucking Fuentes stan.
Oh boy, I don't know if Kyle covers or passed over. According to article he's reading, 41 members have announced they plan to call quits at the end of their term.
Holy crap! That's enough to get in on its own. That's enough to flip their house on its own.
That's more than enough. That would be a Democratic majority by quite a lot. Oh boy!
Yeah.
Their whole role is to be a bitch. Their whole role is to be a yes
Again,
man.
please resign.
Their whole role is to be
Resign
a ditto head,
immediately.
as Rush Limbaugh used to call his audience. Whatever Trump says, that's what I want.
So
Whatever
once
Trump
we get,
says,
and then once we get the other chamber back in the midterms, we can then impeach and remove the entire Republican Party.
Oh, can you imagine, guys, if we had a Democratic Senate of 60 seats? You know what that means? January 3rd, we can go round free and impeach Trump, and this time make it for good. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Okay,
Yep.
well, the only problem with that is the motherfucker's at 36% approval rating in the
I want
country.
him impeached.
Everybody
You
hates
want him
him.
impeached,
He's
people?
destroying
I
everything.
do.
He's issuing death threats, execution, death penalty threats to Democrats for saying, hey, don't follow illegal orders. And so guess what? The base of the country, like the American people and the Democratic voters.
Oh, I just remember, I don't know if we brought this up, but he's causing pretty much the same thing at the Pentagon, too. Pissing off generals and such.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Are now going,
fucking
Of course.
oh,
morons.
hell no. If you're with this guy, you're basically a Nazi. And that's fair, bro. I'm sorry, that's fair. At this late date, with everything that's going on, the illegal fucking bombings of Venezuelan fishermen and shit, illegally bombing
well,
Iraq.
thank you, Kyle, for finally saying it's fishermen, not Venezuela itself for once. Thank you.
On in Somalia,
About time you
with
got it right.
shoving people in concentration camps at Seacot, where they're getting graped, by the way, alligator Auschwitz in South Florida. Like, it's legit. It's fair. And so that's why they're in a situation
imagine being
where
a dumb piece of
they're
shit.
getting, like, death threats on the one hand, but then also Trump is, like, viciously whipping
You
them
remember
to
how
keep them in
stupid
line on the other
Haruko
hand.
is in My
So
Blossom Summer?
what is their role? Their role is
Yes.
to be
She's
public
probably
bitch, hated by
infinitely
everybody.
smarter than these
Like,
idiots.
that's literally it. That's what they
Yeah.
do. 41 members have already announced they plan to call it quits
Almost
at the end of their
certainly.
term, with more expected to follow. Most House lawmakers make $174,000 a year. So 41 members are going to call it quits? Jesus Christ.
Isn't it
Is that
beautiful
a record?
if
I'm
that's
curious
true,
that's a record.
people? Oh.
Representative Don Bacon, the
I'm being South
hilariously
Park
named
and rubbing
Representative
my
Don
nipples
Bacon,
here and that.
not to be confused with Dan Pancakes, who is retiring in 2027, told Axios he was so angry at the
Ultimate
Trump
goal,
administration's
people.
proposed 28-point
60
Russia-Ukraine
Democratic
peace
seats in
plan
the
last
Senate.
week that he
And we
thought
can
about
finally
resigning
impeach
early.
him for the third
See, that's
time and make
interesting
it for
because
real.
what Trump did is he basically took this
Impeach and
document that was
convict,
given to
and then
him
get rid of,
by
and then
the
do the
Russians
same to
and
each
and
member
went
of
to
the
the
Republican
Ukrainians and
Party
said,
in
"You gotta do
turn
all
until
these
they have no
things.
members
You gotta do all these
left.
things."
Starting
And some of the
off with
provisions
fat
were
fuck
like
couch
non-starters.
rapist
Some of the
fans.
provisions were like, "Yeah, you
Yep.
know all the land
And
Russia
then we
has
move
now.
on to Mike
You're gonna keep that,
Johnson.
but then also more land that you're currently holding."
There we
Ukraine.
go, and then we
They're
work
gonna-
our way
So, of
down
course,
the
they're-
line.
They're gonna learn not to fuckle with the shuckle.
Yep.
No. And here you have
Have mercy, I'm a
House
innocent
Republicans going, "Are you
footsie."
fucking kidding me?" Because a lot of these people are like 80 years old.
Oh
right?
no,
And
please,
they're
Dad,
from the
please,
Cold War
no,
days,
I'm a
and so
poor
they still
little
think of
Lydian.
Russia as like just
that
just
quad damage.
a mortal enemy of the
Yep.
United States. And look, to be fair, in this case, with Putin illegally and offensively invading Ukraine, like, he is the fucking asshole in this
Please don't
scenario.
annihilate
And to have
me
Trump
with
just
the
be enamored
glass spoon under
with
the sun.
Putin as the strong
I've
man
been
and
a
fucking Kim
toast
Jong-un
on
and all
a
these people that Trump sort of
chocolate
looks up
snom.
to. They're having, it's enough, it's enough, it's enough. They don't like it.
I
They
think
don't
that one
like it.
actually does more
The White
damage.
House
Like
did not reply to
1.6
request for comment
billion
on
is-
Bacon's
that's
comments.
like a billion
Another House
damage.
Republican speaking on condition of anonymity told Axios that while they are not likely
Don't talk about Pokemon math to conservatives. They don't like either, remember?
to resign, the thought has
No.
crossed my mind, and I know I'm not the only one.
Basically,
Since July,
you're
House
gonna
members
be
have
you're
spent
gonna
only
be
a hand-
sent to God at the speed of light.
Full of days in Washington, they returned from a 7-week recess to a schedule dominated by punitive resolutions targeting their own colleagues. Rank and file members of both parties are relying on procedural workarounds like discharge petitions to force votes on broadly popular bills. Speaker Mike Johnson would like to limit those workarounds, as Axios first reported. With a razor-thin majority currently at 219 to 213, a few defections can derail everything, making legislating more difficult. Which, by the
isn't
way,
it beautiful?
low-key, I sort of think that was one of the reasons why Marjorie Taylor Greene resigned, is Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying, "Oh, really? I'm going to be your fucking whipping boy over here, Trump? Well, how about I make your life harder? Because now, boom, one pro-MAGA vote now down. Be careful who you
isn't
call
it
traitor,
beautiful?
bitch."
Thank you, Karen
Like, that's sort of
Green.
what she's doing.
Yes.
Now, don't get it twisted. I'm sure
Five,
She hated
at
the
least
fucking
5
death threats.
more.
She felt like
No,
she had no
6
political
more.
home
Yep.
anymore
And
there.
Democratic House.
But
Let's
like
go.
this is a little bit of payback.
Please.
Oh, well, you need me for your agenda, at least in Congress, to make things actually matter. And so
Imagine
I'm
pissing off your own
gonzo. How
base,
about
Trump,
that?
which we're gonna
you
get
made
to
this bed, now
next.
you're going to sleep in it, big boy. Threats against
Yeah.
lawmakers have surged after the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Members say the atmosphere feels even more volatile. And by the way, like, I wonder why the threats have surged. Could it be, as I said before, you guys have now set up fucking concentration camps and you're sending innocent people
Because
there?
you
and you're
guys are
rounding
the
up
violent
fucking
It's because
grandmas
the concentration
and you're
camps and
tear-gassing
they're trying
You know,
to
could
turn
that be
those
the reason why?
concentration
No, of
camps
course not.
into gas
So
chambers.
it's crazy. It's like, on some level they know. On some level they know. Like, okay, yeah, the actions are leading to a reaction. People aren't fucking doing death threats out of the blue. They didn't wake up one day and say, I'm feeling extra murderous today. Nobody's done that. So, I'm telling you, action, reaction.
Get a job instead,
There are
people.
consequences for what's been going on in the Republican name, in the MAGA
Get a
name.
job and actually
Representative Tim
contribute to
Burchett told Axios on
society.
Monday the threats have been a factor
That
in
kid
members'
Kyber
decisions.
needs to get
In members' decision to leave. It takes a toll on people, he said. Retiring Representative Jared Golden and Green both said the uptick in political violence was part of their decisions to leave Congress. Wow. Green said Congress has been sidelined by Johnson under full obedience to the White House. Representative Victoria Spartz echoed Green's sentiment, writing on X, I can't blame her for leaving this institution that has betrayed the American people. Axios has reached out to Johnson's office for comment. The speaker has long acknowledged the difficulty of working with slim majorities. Quote, we have nothing to spare, he said last December. Trump has control over this chamber, said Representative Massey, but he doesn't have control of the base. Lawmakers in both parties have fumed for years that serving in the House is becoming a lackluster job. We don't ever seem to be doing anything, Burchett told Axios of the House.
Yeah, I wonder
Trump
why,
gets that.
because you
He
idiots
realizes
don't
the
do anything
enormous nature
productive.
of Congress,
You're lazy.
that something needs to be done, and he's going to do it, and I
I've done
applaud him for it. So
I've done
here's
over
why
200 work
you
hours
should
of
not
work
in
at
any
Outback
way,
in
shape,
2
or form
months. I've done more
feel
work than
bad
all
for
of
these
you.
charlatan scumbag fucks.
Yep.
Because all of them were happy
Good on ya.
to abdicate their responsibility
feels
to
nice
Trump
to get
in the
my
White
new
House.
desktop
It all
computer very
started
soon.
very fucking early. Trump came in,
Imagine
came out of the
on
gates
ya.
hot.
Beam and G
He signed like
again,
more
people.
executive orders within his first month compared to anybody ever, right? And he was doing hard, like gutting anti-corruption rules and shit like that.
And then I
with
could
his
finally
executive
try out
orders. It was
EU5.
fucking
Let's go.
Disgusting. The stuff that we witnessed, right?
Woo,
But you have that going
enjoy.
on. Remember
Taking
Doge?
over the world.
Remember the world's richest man, robber baron, Elon Musk, illegally hacking
With
into
every
the Treasury,
single
looting the
political
Treasury,
ideology
stealing
on the
your
planet.
data, cutting pediatric cancer research and Meals on Wheels, destroying the CFPB, the anti-scam police. All of that, every penny of the cuts, wildly illegal. Trump freezing $27 billion that's supposed to go to blue states, wildly
Yes,
illegal.
we know that Donald
right?
Trump's existence is
you
illegal.
basically sat back and let this guy
Unfortunately,
your responsibility.
political
He
assassinations
basically said
are
Congress
not
is irrelevant.
illegal,
I'm gonna do
are
what I want
illegal,
now.
which
I'll
is
freeze
very
whatever money I
annoying.
want. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. You can sit down and shut the fuck up. Even if you pass
And
something
he's so
saying
evil, he'll find a
allocating
way
money
to
for
sneak
something and I don't
around
want it to go to that, I'm just gonna not pay it. I'm gonna violate the Impoundment Control Act. Who gives a fuck? This has been the whole story of the Trump regime. Also, on Venezuela, Congress has to approve war. That's the way this country works. That's the way the Constitution works. What has Trump done? He goes, I disagree. We're not gonna do it like that anymore. Now, I'm gonna kill Maduro and I'll come to Congress for approval after I have his dead body. That's a paraphrase of what he actually said. So like, openly admitting I'm gonna do an illegal regime change war. I'm gonna bomb fishermen in the Caribbean. I'm gonna attack Iran. No congressional input whatsoever. So everything, the
I'm
power
going
of the
to
purse that
start
Congress
World War
has,
III.
and the power to declare war, Trump has usurped
Russia
that
take
from
over
them,
Ukraine
and they
and
sat
China
back and
take over
took it like little
Taiwan, 'cause
fucking
he's a
cucks,
loser.
Let
sitting in the cuck chair in the corner,
let
watching
Russia
Trump
take
fuck
over
America as they
Ukraine,
jack
Moldova,
off,
and Georgia,
right?
and
now
let
it's
China
like,
take over
I don't like my
all of its
job.
neighbors.
People are being really mean to me because I'm a Nazi and I'm allowing the Nazi president to do Nazi things. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. You're all pathetic disgraces. You're all pathetic disgraces. Losers that should have never had this power in the first place. You signed up to be a
Kyle
little
spitting
cuck bitch, and now
bars
you're whining that you're
instantly?
little
I
cuck
like
bitches.
what I'm hearing.
Then
Yep.
then assert your power.
But I'm probably
All
not
you
gonna
can
like
turn
what I'm
on
gonna be
Trump
hearing
if you
later
want.
on
If
on
enough
him,
Republicans
though.
and all the Democrats vote to impeach Trump, that motherfucker could be gonzo, bro. It could be over. But none of you have the stones. None of you have the stones. None of you do. So spare me your whining and your crying and your bitching and your, I don't like it here. Okay, well, this is your fucking bed. Now you're going to sleep in it.
Don't like being
So anyway,
made fun
I love
of?
this story
Don't be a
because it just shows
conservative.
you.
Very simple way to get out of it.
Like, of
Exactly.
course this was going to happen.
Or
Of course
learn
this
to
was
deal
going to
with
be the case.
I make fun of all
You
the time.
thought it would
I
go
laugh
well?
along.
Fucking
It doesn't work on me.
marching to the beat of the Nazi president? Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? How many lives has he destroyed? You know, even looking at, they even abdicated their responsibility on something like tariffs. The tariff. He started a trade war with the entire world, including all of our top allies, bro. And you guys sat back and said, "Oh, I guess he's the president. He's gonna do what the president's gonna do." No, you can override that shit. And you guys decided not to.
But they agree with him, Kyle. Remember,
so
that's
now,
the thing.
when people go to Walmart, they go to the grocery store, they see inflation is skyrocketing, coffee's up like 40%, beef is up double digits, everything's up at least like 5%.
They want the US
people
to be blown into the
up.
stratosphere.
Yeah, they're going to complain,
they
they're going to blame you.
Video games.
Why do you think a democratic socialist is on the brink of potentially winning a seat
get
for the
on
House
YouTube and
in
yell
fucking
slurs
Tennessee?
Why
do you think that is?
20 minutes of video 5 times a day.
And you know you
They
ruined
want to
everything.
somehow die
And
to
now
a
you're whining and
Strider in
crying and bitching and moaning,
Minecraft.
"Oh, I don't like my job." Yeah, well, you should have taken your job seriously and actually represented the American people and actually fixed problems instead of kneeling at the altar of a bloated pedophile war criminal that you worship. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and
remark
subscribe.
at the end.
Yeah.
Yep, and remember, y'all vote for that fat, retard pedo. So hope you feel good with yourself.
Yep.
So yeah, what do you guys say about all these Republican congressmen resigning and all that? And make it more like a Democrats control the House, which will be so beautiful.
Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. You won't be missed.
And don't forget, not just Republicans, corporate Democrats, you're next to go too. We're not going to let you get a pass. You're going to go too along with them. Out the door.
Yep.
And sorry.
Once we've gotten rid of all the Republicans, it's you corporate Democrats next.
And sorry, we put down an iron door. You can't open that. Sorry.
Nope. Your re-entry will be forbidden. Your existence is a hate crime.
So now, what's next?
And the next one is MAGA exploding on Trump.
Oh, basically part 2, what we just covered? How about some more people? Let's laugh some more.
This is the end of the Trump administration. This is the beginning of the lame duck presidency. It's obvious to...
Can we change your name? I do not want to share my name with idiots like Dim Fool.
Everyone, even his most ardent supporters show up to the White House, like Laura Ingraham, and she's kind of shocked, going, "What the hell's going on?"
If you're just going to be owned by the Jews and go against
anti-Semitic
everybody
much person
that actually is America first,
and cover for pedophiles,
I mean, you guys voted for
can,
Peter. What do you
fuck
expect,
off, Trump.
idiots?
You're losing people quick.
They voted to fuck
these are
kids,
from
and now we're finding out they're fucking
the very
kids.
first Trump rally we ever went to in
They are the ultimate rally
2016 when he came to Topeka, Kansas, and did a rally for
God
Chris
forbid they
Kobach.
see my Blossman Summer. I do not want to know their evil intentions to Ayaka Bunko.
Throw 'em in there.
Oh boy.
Piece of
You know
shit.
that Bunko would strangle them to death with their American flag, and then Ayaka will beat them to death with her Bible.
Oh man. Oh man, the sexual and racial stuff they'll say to them. Oh jeez.
Well, MAGA is dead, at least according to some of Donald Trump's biggest dickbiters. And they're hopping off of his cock for a number of reasons. His comments about Americans not being talented as a justification for H-1B visas, his support for Israel, the Epstein revelations, and also his relentless attacks on former allies that Trump supporters still like, such as Thomas Massie and Marjorie Taylor Greene. And that one really seemed to be the straw that broke the camel's back, which led to Trump's own supporters burning their MAGA hats in protest, to which the patriotic blonde responded, "What a sad end to something we all worked so hard for. I never thought it would end this way." Other former Trump supporters with prominent followings on Twitter, like Evan Kilgore, shared a meme of him throwing away his MAGA hat and putting on an America First hat. He also tweeted MAGA is dead and shared this tweet from neo-Nazi Nick Fuentes, who says, "So now Ben Shapiro, Randy Fine, and Lindsey Graham are considered MAGA, but Marjorie Greene, Tucker Carlson, and Thomas Massie are not? Your Israel First MAGA movement is dead. The America First movement is the future." And to be clear, these lines aren't being drawn because anti-Israel conservatives like Nick Fuentes are opposed to apartheid and genocide. They couldn't care less about Palestinians. Rather, they're motivated by anti-Semitism, and they feel like the Republican Party should also tolerate hatred against Jewish people, seeing as how they're okay with bigotry against basically every other marginalized community. And that's not a straw man, as dropping Topside News reports, Nick Fuentes, who has praised Hitler and is openly anti-Semitic, says Republicans are hypocrites for tolerating cruelty and abuse towards Muslims, black people, and other minorities while drawing the line at anti-Semitism. He argues his own politics are simply the logical endpoint of that bigotry. And he's not necessarily wrong about that hypocrisy there, but I mean, imagine making your entire identity about being mad that the party you identify with, that you agree with on like 99.9% of the issues, won't also let you hate another minority group. It's just such a clown show. But that argument is resonating with Trump supporters for obvious reasons.
It's very easy to not be racist, right? It's very easy to not be sexist both ways. It's very simple to not be anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, and all that. It's very simple. We don't have a problem with it. Why can't you all not have a problem with it?
Because, you can't greenlight hate speech against certain groups, but then draw the lines against others, right? And the same thing is happening towards Indian Americans who are seeing a lot of backlash towards MAGA, and they're being told to go back to their country and whatnot. I mean, you just look at any post from Vivek Ramaswamy, and you see all of the vitriol being directed his way by people who are supposed to be part of that America First movement, or Make America Great Again movement, or whatever the fuck they're calling themselves these days. It seems arbitrary.
Even freaking magma cubes are more nice than those.
Inconsistent to not let them hate all groups of people, since hating minorities is like...
let me take it back. Being racist to magma cubes is always based, though.
bread and butter of the Republican Party, and that is exactly why Fuentes' Groyper movement has been able to capture the heart and soul of the Republican Party, because it is viewed as, I guess, the purest form of American conservatism. And, the conservatives who are currently angry about Nick Fuentes' rise, they have to understand that this is the problem that they created for themselves. They made a monster that they're no longer able to control, and it's creating real rifts within the GOP. For example, the Heritage Foundation, which is responsible for Project 2025, is imploding currently because of its president's refusal to unequivocally condemn Tucker Carlson for platforming Nick Fuentes. But that's just one dimension of the splintering that we're seeing, because Epstein is turning out to be another sticking point, with Trump deciding to burn his bridge with Marjorie Taylor Greene entirely because of it. And on Friday, he announced that he was withdrawing his support for, quote, wacky Marjorie Greene, because all she does is complain, and he seems to confirm AOC's account that Marjorie was mad at Donald Trump because he discouraged her from running for the Senate or governor in Georgia. And Trump says that she's mad because he's not taking her calls, but says that he can't take a ranting lunatic's call every day.
The irony of you calling Karen Green a lunatic. You're a lunatic too.
Goes on to say that he'll endorse a primary opponent against Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, even though MAGA NPCs like Laura Loomer and Kat Turner immediately flipped on Marjorie Greene like that, a lot, if not most, of Trump supporters actually seemed pretty sympathetic towards Marjorie Taylor Greene, especially because she says that it led to a harassment campaign against her, where pizzas were being called to her house, and on top of that, a pipe bomb threat was called into her construction company, to which she says President...
Now, unlike conservatives, we are against death threats and all that. Don't do that, people. But of course, conservatives are always violent, so not surprised they would do that. Even to their fellow conservatives.
Trump's unwarranted and vicious attacks against me were a dog whistle to dangerous radicals that could lead to serious attacks on me and my family. She then goes on to say that the rhetoric against her could ultimately lead to a harmful or even deadly outcome, and adds, also the timing of this happens to be days before we take the vote on releasing the Epstein files. Now, in another tweet, she says, I am now being contacted by private security firms with warnings for my safety, as a hotbed of threats against me are being fueled and egged on by the most powerful man in the world, the man I supported and helped get elected. Aggressive rhetoric attacking me has historically led to death threats and multiple convictions of men who were radicalized by the same type of rhetoric being directed at me right now, this time by the President of the United States. As a woman, I take threats from men seriously. I now have a small understanding of the fear and pressure
the leopards are finally eating your face, eh?
the women who are victims of Jeffrey Epstein and his cabal must feel. Now she invokes Epstein again, saying it's why Trump is attacking her, writing, it really makes you wonder what's in those files and who and what country is putting so much pressure on him. And that's a rhetorical question. The actual answer is Israel, which we'll get to in a moment. But, it's a good question for her to ask, because I'm glad it's somebody with clout in the MAGA movement is finally saying this. But with that being said, you know, in response to her condemning the vitriol being directed her way and harassment, you know, it begs the question, why should we feel sympathy for her when she's co-signed all of Trump's vicious attacks?
That's why
you're saying Trump's the ultimate grifter?
Against other people, including her own colleagues in the House, like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. Like, why should we think that all of a sudden, you know, this is something that is condemnable now that it's being directed at you? And she actually had a surprisingly reasonable answer to that question when it was posed to her by Dana Bash on CNN.
Dana, I think that's fair criticism. And I would like to say humbly, I'm sorry for taking part in the toxic politics. It's very bad for our country. And it's been something I've thought about a lot.
She's only saying this
Charlie
because
Kirk was assassinated.
She's only saying this because the leopards are eating her face as we speak.
Reminder that you said Jewish space lasers and stuff like that?
Yep, she's a Jewish space lasers lady.
I'm only responsible for myself and my own words and actions, and I am committed, and I've been working on this a lot lately, to put down the knives in politics. I really just want to see people be kind to one another, and we need to figure out a new path forward that is focused on the American people, because as Americans, no matter what side of the aisle we're on, we have far more in common than we have differences, and we need to be able to respect each other with our disagreements.
Sounds good, but show us, don't tell us, because you were just attacking trans people the other day, saying that we should deny them health care, and she was attacking immigrants.
I don't know if you are similar to me when you want to ban LGBT.
Week before that. So you'll have to forgive me for not really buying her bullshit, because I think that what we're seeing right now is a political calculation. It's obvious that she's making a maneuver.
And yeah, guys, this is because this exact same thing happened last time, because this is something I want to bring up too. This is the exact thing that happened when Trump was president last time. All these grifting cunts saying like, we're done with Trump and all. And then a second 2020 came around, they instantly went right back to him and act like he did nothing wrong.
I remember that. I remember that.
It's all grifting cunts. I guarantee you, by the time 2028 comes around, they're going to make every sort of excuse possible to defend whoever replaces Trump, or if Trump tries to go for a third term. They're going to all come back to him just like that, because they're not sincere. Whereas we on the left are sincere, and we do have limits.
In order to be the heir to Trump's throne. She's presenting herself as a more civilized alternative to Donald Trump in order to minimize opposition from normies and liberals in 2028, but also to present herself to the base as a more ideologically consistent America First alternative to Donald Trump, who betrayed everybody. I think it's a really savvy move, but I don't think that she realizes that it's not probably going to pay off, because I don't think that the whole fascist girl boss act is going to resonate with Trump's misogynistic base, with the Republican Party's misogynistic base. Like, we saw the way that they reacted to Nikki Haley running. So I just don't know how you talking about weak men is going to land in this party. Nonetheless, have at it. I'm glad that she's doing this. I approve of this political move that she's making, since obviously it is accelerating the decline of the Trump era, which is great. Now, the subject of Donald Trump, he was asked about the threats that he incited against her, and predictably...
Remember, when I'm happy, good things are happening. When Trump's unhappy, also good things are happening. So when Trump's angry, you know something very, very, very good just happened. When Republicans are always mad, that means something very good happened.
He did not give a shit at all.
Her life is in danger? Who's that?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, she says.
Marjorie Trader Green.
Very clever nickname, Trader Green. Trader Green.
Frankly,
I'm pretty sure Karen Green's better. Sorry, Trump.
So he's doing what he always does, steamrolling a former ally.
I think he's not even good at making insulting nicknames anymore. Man, I'm beating him in that regard.
Doubling down and tripling down and saying what he said about them before. The difference this time, though, is that I'm not sure that it's going to land as well as it usually does, because his base really is pissed off. Although I don't want to overstate their anger, because, you know, the online discourse might not necessarily reflect how right-wing normies are feeling, the people who watch Fox News, because, you know, he still does seem to have a really strong hold on GOP propaganda outlets, notably Fox News, which is tacitly defending him by talking about anything but Jeffrey Epstein, including items Taco Bell might be removing from the menu in lieu of the Epstein files. Although in Fox News' defense, if they really do remove all potato items and the AAA...
organization are probably on the Epstein list. It would not surprise me, honestly,
Nachos,
if
that
Murdoch
is
himself
objectively
was on the
newsworthy.
Epstein
And-
list.
And remember the sexual harassment scandal they had several years ago, people.
A damn shame, might I add. But on a serious note, you
because
still do
remember
have
that,
some Trump supporters.
Remember that Bill O'Reilly had allegedly sexually harassed literally every single woman at Fox News.
Again, we have standards, unlike you pieces of shit.
By his side, even though we're seeing more and more damaging Epstein revelations come out. We talked about Megyn Kelly's
I don't see
abhorrent
us
defense on
sexually
Friday,
harassing women
but there are
because we know
others
how to
like
get-
this
we have
guy,
Riz unlike
Christopher
you.
Aldana on Twitter, who are coming out as sexual predators themselves
It's
in
because we're
support
decent
of
people.
Donald Trump. Others are making an argument
able to
similar
make
to
my
Megyn
women
Kelly,
managers
where they're
laugh
essentially
somehow with
questioning the
not
age
even
of consent and saying it's technically not pedophilia, actually it's a phobophilia, and they're trying to make these distinctions and split hairs.
God, how
and it's
sad
not
are you
but it's not
people?
necessarily
Really?
surprising. But even though some Trump supporters aren't
she
drawing a
looks
line
old
at
enough, so it's
possible
okay.
pedophilia, they
Oh,
are drawing a line at a different place
Saying
regarding
that about a
Epstein. And that was
7-year-old?
explained by Marjorie Taylor Greene on CNN.
And say
That
that
line
about as
is
young as
Israel.
possible if they could get away with it.
That kind of creeps me out the fuck if they see Ayaka and Bunko now. Just think about that. Oh, God.
Of course.
We saw Jeffrey Epstein.
More
with ties to a
justification
Who
for
Barack.
Buko to strangle
we
them to
saw
death
him
with a
making
flag, and I could have beat them to death with a Bible.
business deals with them. Also, business deals that involved the Israeli government.
They're probably mad
and
Bunko
seems to have
very
led
soon is gonna become
into their
15 now.
intel agencies.
Oh, they're
And
probably
I think the right question
they're probably
is to
mad
ask
that
is, was
she's
Jeffrey
she's
Epstein,
older than about
working
7.
for Israel.
And that right there, my friends, is another reason why Trump supporters are still very much interested in the
I
Epstein
know.
files, even if they don't necessarily care about justice for Epstein's victims, because, you know, there's reason to believe that Epstein really was
a
Mossad,
lot of them
and
are
this feeds
pedos,
into their
that's
anger
why.
about Trump
And they
being
have
Israel
no
first
writ.
as opposed to America first. And I just want to point out that
Rhythm
these
with
people are
autism
opposed
is
to
what my
Israel,
friend
again,
said.
not because they care about genocide or apartheid or Palestinian people and their struggle, but because they actually are
They can't even make a
anti-Semitic.
simple dirt block
They
house
are
in Minecraft.
what, you know, all the
No.
pundits were saying college students were,
They
who were
crashed the
opposed to the
game
genocide.
trying
And
to
perhaps
do
if
something
Republicans
else.
spent the last 2 years criticizing people in their own party who were actually Nazis instead of peaceful pro-Palestinian
You think they laughed
protesters
a
and
moment
saying that
against
they
me
were
in
the ones who were
Pokemon?
anti-Semitic, maybe we wouldn't be
No,
here.
they'd
Maybe
die-
if
they'd die
conservatives hadn't spent
instantly.
decades teaching their base to hate every single marginalized community, then maybe we wouldn't be
What
here.
about-
But, you know,
you think
this
they
is a
could beat
monster of their
Ian
own
Mann in the
making, and the
Super Bowl?
chickens have come home to roost. But regardless
Right.
of where they land on
I
Epstein,
said they wouldn't even be
you
able
know,
to get past
they've
the
at least
title
got to be smart
screen.
enough to realize that the
wouldn't even know
revelations
how to do a
are
kickoff.
indefensible even by their own standards. And I say
No,
this
they
because
wouldn't be able to,
in
because they
one
wouldn't be able to get past the title screen.
And then they're going to be violently mad at the NFL games tomorrow. Or today when this episode
What
comes out.
for?
Epstein email with his brother. I don't know the specifics.
Because
I'm
they
not going to
always
pull it up,
cry
but
about football for some
there was
reason now,
basically a
so enjoy it
claim
like me.
from
Yeah.
Epstein that
I'll
Trump
enjoy
sucked
Packers,
Bubba's
Lions,
dick,
Chiefs,
which is
Cowboys,
Bill
Bengals,
Clinton's
Ravens with
nickname,
my
who used to be
Popeyes
friends
chicken tenders.
with
How
Donald
about
Trump.
that?
And there's a photograph of him grabbing Bill
Oh,
Clinton's dick.
oh yeah. Now this picture came up. There was a new meme going around that he sucked off Bill Clinton.
Now, we don't have
Yes,
any
I
additional
heard
context.
that.
We have no idea if Epstein was saying this in jest or not, but it led to a lot of jokes online regardless. And even a story about how Ghislaine's horse
could easily
is
see
named
Trump being a
Bubba.
submissive cuck
And I don't
to
know
do
if that's
that.
been debunked yet, or if
He's
a
a
headline that was
beta
fake
male
that's being
loser.
shared about that was debunked. Either way, people online are asking, so did Trump suck
He's
Bill
a
Clinton's dick
programming
or
alpha
a
male.
horse's dick?
It means that he's buggy, unstable, and not fit for public concern, not fit for public release.
Man, conservative men are always so submissive and weak, unlike us Chad progressive men.
Is something that
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of conservatives
wonder
are
why women
going to
do
want to
not
defend.
like you
Although
conservatives.
they've surprised me before, so you know, if we see other conservatives come out and talk about how, yeah, you know,
Just like
they've
you're all
sucked a
jealous
horse
you can't
cock or
look
two.
like a hiker in Pokemon,
It
like
honestly
me.
wouldn't surprise me at this point. But putting all of that aside,
then again,
the
I
latest
just got my beard
revelations
trimmed all day
contradict
today,
Donald Trump's
so I don't
claims
look like a hiker
about
at the
his
moment.
relationship
Just
with
give me a month and
Epstein,
a half.
and it really speaks to a perverted pattern of behavior from Donald Trump, and we're reaching the point where it really feels like the dam is starting to burst open, because Trump is now calling for the release of the Epstein files himself, even though he's fought this for months now. So, you know, if you don't want the Epstein files to get out, but all of a sudden you're saying release them, what does that mean? And nobody really knows the answer to that. We don't know if he's going to try to redact his name and release the files that way, or just like leave his name in there and just continue to claim that anything about him in the files is a hoax. Either way, his acquiescence signals that he knows this is a losing battle, and fighting to prevent the release is worse for him than like it getting out and him just like lying and saying it's fake. Although, you know, it's going to be tough to maintain that lie given more that we're learning about Donald Trump in stories like this from his former fixer's daughter.
You were playing tennis and you came off the court. And here's how it was written in Vanity Fair. Somehow Trump's attention was diverted to another skirt walking off a tennis court. Quote, look at that piece of ass. No one recalls Trump saying as he whistled and pointed. Quote, I would love some of that.
15,
it so happened that Trump was referring to Colleen's then 15-year-old daughter, Samantha.
Oh, God.
Do you
now we know where the
moment?
age, now we know where age Megyn Kelly got it from.
Oh no, just think of Boone coherent 15. Oh
because
no.
It goes on to write that after that you came over, he wanted you to give him a kiss, and he said, when you get such a great figure.
She hears that, throws their Bible at them and kills them.
As I told Emily, the story was a little bit less clear to me.
No, Boomko throws the sharp end of the American flag at one of them and impales them.
Thank goodness Ika does not know a word of English. Thank goodness Ika doesn't know a word of English to save herself from that.
Eyes to men making these kinds of comments to you, and you allow them to go over your head and you kind of tune out the noise. But what stood out to me in that moment was he said to my dad, well, there's no way that she got her looks from you. Thank God you married a beautiful woman. And I was desensitized to men making creepy comments about me, but I was not desensitized to someone blatantly insulting and degrading my father in front of me, someone who I looked up to and loved very much.
He makes fun of
and that was very
He's
upsetting to me. And that made me think, okay, maybe Trump doesn't treat my father so well.
And I do want to get to that in a moment about the way he treated your father. But first, back to that for a second. He also, I mean, at least in the book, it says that he said to you, be careful, I'll be dating your friends in a few years. He was married to Melania at that time when he said that to you.
Epstein's all, we know that Epstein was probably already hunting them.
I didn't get the impression that he was hitting on me directly, but I had the impression that he was interested in younger women and that, you know, women with age outside him.
So she's confirming what we all suspect.
I think they get off to the idea of being sodomized by the flag.
Which is despicable and disgusting, but not surprising, given what we already knew about this man, given what we knew about the Epstein files, given what we knew about him walking into dressing rooms at teen beauty pageants, given what we knew about the 26 women who accused him of sexual misconduct, given what we knew about him being found liable for rape of E. Jean Carroll. And when you step back and you look at the bigger picture and you see the puzzle pieces being put together and you see it all come into focus, it doesn't look good. We'll put it that way. But again, Epstein is one of many reasons why his movement is starting to splinter. And I don't think that it's too early to actually declare that this is the beginning of the end of the MAGA movement. This is the beginning of the end of the Trump era in the United States. Because even though he's been criticized by the base before, you know, here and there on vaccines and whatnot, he's never experienced backlash this intense by his own supporters for a sustained amount of time. They always fall in line. They always acquiesce.
How about us and the left take over MAGA and reformat to be progressive? How about that one? Because we actually would make America great again.
This time it does feel different. Even though, you know,
truly great again.
Wouldn't it be nice to be like other civilized countries, people?
I'm concerned that the next iteration of
be more
American
like Australia.
fascism.
How about you tell these idiot conservatives what we could have to make America great again?
Free healthcare.
Oh, isn't that beautiful, people? Free healthcare. What else?
Subsidized medicine.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? What else?
Paid family leave time for both genders.
Oh man, isn't that beautiful, people? What about maternity leave and stuff like that? See, does that sound lovely, people? How about we just vote for progressive policies?
Could be worse, given how they're moving towards outright Nazism.
Doesn't this Aussie
I am
make us
happy
all
to at
jealous?
least see the movement fall apart, given the short-term benefit that would yield for all of us, because it threatens his grip on power. So I hope that the infighting continues. I hope that Marjorie Taylor Greene continues to attack him, and I hope that he responds. Because if they're tearing each other apart, they'll be less effective at tearing the entire fucking country apart. So let them fight.
Kissing someone. Oh, that was horrible looking. I hope that won a minor. Oh, God. But yeah, what do you guys say about that? MAGA crashing and revolting because they're losers, and Trump's the fat, ugliest loser of them all.
That's good to see. It's very good to see.
Yep, keep
It's
fighting.
very good to see the infighting. I love it.
Keep fighting.
More.
Keep fighting like skeletons in Minecraft. And that would
Yep.
probably offend skeletons being compared to them. All right, now on to the next topic.
And that'll be Trump putting the economy in free fall.
Are you surprised?
Nope.
All right, let's watch Kyle's.
All right, welcome to the show, y'all. Hope
Of
everybody out there
course,
is
Kyle,
having an
your
awesome
stupid
day. Trump
intro takes
hasn't
like a fifth of
explained
the video.
his position on that yet. So, right off the
As
bat
I'll
here,
say every time,
has-
make the intro a separate video.
God, Kyle, literally a fifth of the video is your intro. A fifth of it. That's
the Trump administration clearly explained U.S. position on military action in Venezuela. Only 24% say he has clearly explained it, meaning 76% are watching boats get blown to smithereens.
and this is covering
and going,
polls, people. So Kyle's covering
What are we doing?
stuff with Venezuela first.
What's going on here? What's happening? So, some more numbers on it. Just 30% of the country, 30%, favors military action in Venezuela overall. Which, by the way, that's a super low number, but it's honestly higher than I thought. I mean, I've seen polls
I'm
which
not
is as low as like
surprised.
17%.
Neither am I.
Because MAGA
It's how
dipshits
you
instantly
phrase the question.
with Trump,
if you
we
ask
attack
people, should the
Iran,
U.S.
and if
go
he
to
attacks
war
Venezuela,
against
they're going to
Venezuela,
instantly support him.
that number
Which, by
collapsed.
the way, I'm pretty sure Kyle and others have pointed out in videos that a lot of MAGA dipshits have instantly turned on support in war of Venezuela.
is to like, you know,
Because
50%
whatever Trump does,
or lower.
they
Because
want.
they want
But they
World War
softened it a
They
little
don't
bit
just
and
want
took the
war
rough
with
edges
Venezuela.
off
They want
by
World War
describing it
III
as
because that's
military
they think
action
the
as
Messiah
opposed
will
to
come. That's how
war,
the Messiah
as
comes
opposed to
back.
offensively attacking. So it's 30%,
Also, they're probably
which is
jealous
still,
they can't take
you
over
know,
the
in the
world
grand
of
scheme of
ancient
things, it's
history
still
like some fatty here.
very low. It's nowhere near a majority.
No.
66% of MAGA
Remember my
Republicans
superpower one
favor
is
attacking
Syria?
Venezuela. Only 47% of non-MAGA Republicans do. So that's interesting. A majority of non-MAGA Republicans say, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Why do we need to do regime change in Venezuela? That's crazy. So the numbers are looking horrible for Trump with his warmongering on Venezuela. On the
But
economy,
you
man,
think he
this is
cares?
where the
No.
real bloodbath occurs. This is where the
Of course he
real bloodbath
doesn't.
occurs. Only 32%.
But you know what would make him care? If January 3rd, 2027, Democratic supermajority, impeach round 3, let's go!
Say the economy
impeach
is
him,
good
eliminate
right now.
him,
32%.
bring him to justice, and
58%
have him
say
publicly
prices
executed
are going
for treason.
up at the moment. 65%
Oh, that sounds beautiful,
say Trump's
people.
policies are making
That
prices
is
go
beautiful.
up.
I love the idea.
Say Trump is not spending enough time
Maybe we should
fixing inflation.
maybe we should let the America
That
file
is
boom
wild,
code
bro.
to pull the
That is
trigger.
nearly 80% are going, what happened? What happened? I thought you were the guy who said we're going to lower prices on day one. Just like he said, I'm going to fix Russia and Ukraine on day one.
By the way,
It
we're
never
going
would
to
have
get
happened
to
if I
that
was your
bullshit in a
president.
moment.
It never would have happened. But I'm fixing it
Yeah.
on day one. What
And I'm
happened?
sure
You
I'm
didn't-
going to be angry at
you
not
didn't-
just at Trump,
And
I'm
when
going
it
to
comes
probably
to
be angry at
inflation,
Kyle
it's
too.
even worse.
And yes, the video
Inflation is
unfortunately is
worse now
Kyle's,
than
which
it
I'm not
was
going to
We
before
know
the
that he
budget.
will.
And
That
it's all
he's,
because
yeah, we know that he supports Russia taking over Ukraine, Moldova, and Georgia.
of Trump's stupid
Because he
trade
wants the
war,
US
his
to withdraw
dumb
from
tariffs,
everything ever and become a
isolating us
hermit
and
state.
alienating us
Dylan
from the
Burns,
rest
why
of the
did your
world,
video have to be
including
over
our
40
allies.
minutes long? Why
How
couldn't
now
you make it
made
10 minutes or something
So,
for us to watch?
prices are going up and up and up.
Because you know
36%.
what he's like. You know how much he talks.
I know it. Ugh, I really don't want to play Kyle's video on the Russo-Ukraine war
Only
peace thing,
36%
but there was no our choice.
approve
That was short
of
enough.
Trump's handling of the economy. Trump was underwater on literally every single
gonna have to
topic
choose who we're
that
gonna
they
be
asked
angry
about,
more of.
including immigration, which normally he's higher on that issue. 54% of Americans say ICE is detaining more people than necessary. A plurality say that Trump's immigration policy is making the U.S. weaker. Only 13%
No shit.
say that Trump's
No shit,
deportations
Sherlock.
are making the country better. Stop and think about that one. Jesus Christ, that's a devastating number. Only 13% say Trump's deportations are making the country better. This was like the cornerstone of his campaign. This was the whole point of him getting involved in politics, is like, I'm the mass deportations guy. I'm the build the wall guy. If we crack down on the immigrants, everything about your life is going to get better. This was the core of the argument, that the main boogeyman that's ruining your life, taking your jobs, stealing your welfare, causing all the problems. It's these others. It's the brown-skinned people. It's the immigrants.
Actually, it's the rich and
well, guess what? Only
corporation.
13%
How about that one?
now say that the
How about we tax them at 100% if they're billionaires? Oh, can you imagine what we could do with all that money, people?
Deportations are making the country better.
Yes.
Which only proves
There's
the
so
left-wing
much everyone
argument
would be able
that,
to do.
You know, your enemy is
And remember,
not the gay person,
pathetic
the trans
rich fucks
person,
don't do any
the
work
black
whatsoever,
person,
unlike us.
the immigrant.
No.
That your actual enemy, it's the billionaires.
I'd like to see
That's
them
why they're
billionaires,
pushing AI. That's
fascist.
why Peter Thiel's pushing to have the have AI become the new god.
because he wants his AI harem.
Warmongers, the corrupt
And because he
corporations
wants- because
that
he
bought our
believes that he
politicians
can be
to do their
eventually
bidding
become
and
God.
not do our bidding, the bidding of the people. So
Not
just
for Ayaka.
absolutely stunning number. And then finally, they even asked some questions about Epstein. How's this for a devastating number? A grand total of 25% of independents think that Trump is handling the Epstein files well. Only
How is it 25%? That's way too high.
of
It should be
independents.
0.
I've seen some polls
9%.
where
Well,
even
remember there was one
a
that
majority of Republicans are
9%
going,
that seemed to think that
You know, I don't know
Trump
about
was
this whole
that
Epstein
Trump
thing.
is
You're
innocent,
sort of
which
botching
means
this
that
one,
9% of the American population are pedophiles.
Oh no, there's 9% Amos-Yees everywhere. Oh no.
You're sort of botching this one. So, it is not looking good for him. These polls, yet again, are a catastrophe. At one point, it was like, you have one poll that came out that had Trump at like 39% favorability rating. But, you know, people at the time were, it's just an outlier.
I like
it's just
how
one. There's
MAGA
others that
dipshits
are
don't
in
point
the
out. They point out
mid-40s,
when
so it's
Biden all the
fine.
time. Remember those?
But now we're at the point where, like, almost every single poll is 40% or lower. This
Because
poll, the
Trump
overall number was
fucking
40%.
sucks.
I've seen lately. I've seen 36.
Have I made it clear,
I've
people,
seen
I ate the mic
38,
that he
I've seen
sucks
39,
ass?
I've seen 37.
Yeah.
This one is 40 again.
Do I
It's
need
on
to
the
do it
higher
again?
end.
He
if 40
sucks
is the highest now, it's like 38 or 39. Bro, you are
Y'all
in
should
trouble,
suck up and
dog.
vote for Kamala like I
Especially
did.
'cause
We would
there's
be in a
what,
much
4
better
or 5
place.
different massive right-wing biased polling outlets whose whole job is to do this sort of soft propaganda for Trump and Republicans, and even they come out and it's like 43%, and you're like, Jesus Christ, that's the best. That's the best. So it's wild, man. It's wild, but it is all coming apart. It's coming apart rapidly. Now we're seeing that basic shit. They can't follow through with basic shit. So one of the things that just happened is Trump announced, oh, we got our solution on healthcare. We're announcing our solution on healthcare.
I have concepts of a
and they
plan.
went, holy shit, this is just
concepts of a
rebranded,
plan.
relabeled
Yeah,
Obamacare
and
subsidies that
the
you're now
Haitians
trying
are
to do.
eating dogs
Well,
and
guess
cats.
what? Then the Republican caucus
Yep.
revolted over this, and they were like, you're basically doing Obamacare. We're not voting for this, etc. And so now Trump and the Republicans who crafted the plan pulled it back and said, "Oh no, that wasn't even our final plan. That was just an idea that we floated. It wasn't even the real."
Yeah,
final
because you
thing."
don't have a plan for
So,
10 plus years. You have
even
nothing.
basic
'cause
shit
you
now.
suck ass.
They can't get it done,
It's
and they can't
concepts of a
keep their
plan.
caucus in line.
That's all you ever
You know what else
have
fell
is
apart? The
concepts.
stupid
And let's
lawfare,
be honest, you don't have no
political
concepts, Trump. You
persecution.
can't even think. You're
of
such an idiot. Your brain is
Letitia
full of
James.
AI
You're
bullshit.
literally being
Fucking
puppeted
laughed
by
out
the
of the
dark
courtroom.
side of the force
And James
because
Comey.
you died in about 2021.
Your brain is nothing but AI porn. How about that one?
Fell apart,
Yeah, pretty
laughed out of the
much.
courtroom. In fact,
And they're
Lindsay
fair enough.
Halligan,
And if I see
the special
AI porn
appointee
of
that Trump
anyone
made
from my
to go
Blossom
after
Summers,
the former beauty queen who's
heads
now
are gonna
supposed to
roll.
like prosecute these people.
Someone will get
You'll
sued
become a
for
domestic
It was
it.
just ruled that
terrorist.
even her appointment was completely and utterly
Especially
illegal.
if it's Ayaka.
So their incompetence now is really showing, and it's showing big time. And as some people said, man, like the point may not even have been to get James Comey locked up in perpetuity, right? The point was probably just let's get those initial
Oh,
headlines
have you seen
where he gets arrested.
video about that?
Oh, James Comey? I did not. I haven't watched that at all because I've been busy
Huh.
working, unlike conservatives.
I recommend it.
So,
It's wild.
what's the synopsis, basically?
TLDR, the second round of indictments that they went to that Comey was actually indicted on. They were not never shown to the grand jury.
I think I remember that.
And like that's all they wanted to see was like
Bunch of
James Comey's
idiots.
getting arrested. Like, oh, we're going after
But again,
the
we
guys we
expect
don't
from
like,
conservatives.
bro.
They're stupid.
Like that was it. As soon as they got those headlines, it's like they didn't even expect to be able to find him guilty, have him locked up,
God
present a
forbid
solid
they play
case.
mad and try to
So
rebuild
the whole
an
thing
NFL
is
team.
theater.
Oh,
the whole thing is fucking optics. Well, guess what? The optics can only take you so far.
They wouldn't even know how to draft
I mean, quite
players.
literally, these people are falling the fuck apart, and it's happening right in front of our eyes. It is a
I think they'd be jealous if they
wild thing to see.
hear everyone.
But
in
I
one of my
expect a lot
Jaguars
more.
franchise in the 3rd round, I drafted a tight end who was the 4th best player in the draft. He was already a superstar X factor in his 2nd season.
In-depth polls like this to come out with virtually no
I hear
good
conservatives
numbers
jealous that
for
they
Trump
can't
and his
draft good
cronies.
NFL players.
Hey
and
y'all,
mad
do
like
me a
me.
favor and
Oh, I love making fun of you idiots so much. So yeah, what do you guys say about the polls once again showing Trump sucks ass as always because he always sucks ass. Nothing new. Once a failure,
I think hey, it explains a lot and it's good.
Yep. Hurry up and get lost. All right, now on to the final
hurry
topic.
up and die. And this is the one and this is the Nazi appeasement one. Russo-Ukraine peace deal is Nazi appeasement. And now it's time to get angry at everyone in this video.
Kyle, don't get on our bad side, please. Don't go full Hassan
Oh, you know
on
he
us.
will.
Yes.
You know he will because he believes that America should be a hermit state.
Again, fuck you, Dylan Bird, for making your video almost 40 minutes long. You couldn't just make it like 10 minutes and we can hear you being base, unlike Kyle here. Okay, so of course, I didn't even get to watch this yet because unlike conservatives, I work, but Trump is floating a new peace deal to end the Russo-Ukraine war, and of course, it's Nazi appeasement, as always, to the Russian Nazi state. Absolutely unacceptable, and we're going to finally watch Kyle's video on it, and of course, probably be very angry with Kyle what shit he's going to say.
All right, so we got to talk a little bit about Russia and Ukraine,
Let Ukraine get completely annexed, and take Moldova and Georgia while you're at it. We shouldn't be protecting
I don't know how many of you guys
them.
remember this, but a few months back,
That's
Trump
what Carl
decided
say, or at
to
least
basically
imply,
twist
because
Ukraine's arm
because he's
into
a pacifist, because he
this
doesn't because he
incredibly
wants America to be a hermit state.
He's an idiot, more like.
biased deal with America.
Reminds me of
And
Hassan.
the idea behind the deal is
God,
hey,
please don't
you
be like
guys have
Hassan.
to give us
Please.
50% of your shit. From now
I know
until
he
forever,
cited him as
in
someone who's
return,
awesome.
continue
So it's
U.S.
like-
arms flows so you can keep fighting.
Yeah, screw you with a screwdriver, Kyle.
Yeah, see, unlike you conservative dipshits, we will go after progressives if they say bad takes. Like we always do, like Assad.
Russia, and in return for our support. Okay? And this was a big deal because the media was talking about it like, it's deal making, smart Trump deal making.
Yes.
If you go back and watch the
Russian
segment
Nazis.
tweeted
Yeah,
at the
that's
time,
very smart.
I called it, like, basically new age colonialism. Like, the terms we were forcing onto Ukraine were worse than,
Kyle,
like,
maybe
the fucking
being
Treaty
somewhat
of Versailles,
based for once on
right?
the
Like, this is
Russo-Ukraine
something
war?
that's too
Am I
harsh.
actually hearing something
There's
good
got to be a
happening?
sting in the tail. Where's
Terms you
the
put
sting
on a
in the
country after
tail?
they lose a war. Like, that's how bad it is. Like, taking
Please don't be a
50%
dream.
of all of their natural resources and their oil and their natural
That'll be the
gas and
sting
their
in the
ports and shit
tail.
like
That's
that.
my early
That is
prediction.
fucking crazy. But again, the deal was you give us this, and in return, you have our support. You can get our weapons. You have our support in your fight against Russia. Okay. Well, guess what? Now everybody's acting like that never happened. We never had
Trump's
that
a
deal
fucking
made.
moron.
And now Trump is coming up with a new plan to end the war.
No,
End the
not
war
end the
between-
war, appease Russian Nazis. Let's say it correctly, people.
Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of problems. So let's start with this. Axios has
And that
this
is
piece.
effectively handing all of Ukraine, all of Moldova, and all of Georgia over to Tsar Putin the First.
And a lot of problems, Kyle, that is a major understatement. And I'm sure we're going to have problems with what you're going to say, too. Don't get on our bad side.
Trump's full 28-point Ukraine-Russia peace plan. President Trump's 28-point plan for peace in Ukraine would force Kyiv to give up additional territory in the east.
Unacceptable.
Additional territory that Russia doesn't have now. Cap the size of its military.
Unacceptable.
And agree will never join NATO, according to a draft obtained by Axios and verified by a Ukrainian official, a U.S. official, and source familiar with the proposal. The U.S. side is pushing Ukraine to make a deal on an aggressive timeline.
Yep.
And despite the plan, including proposals Ukraine has repeatedly rejected up to now,
Thank you.
President Zelensky is not ruling it out.
Zelensky,
A senior White
don't
House
do
official
it.
acknowledged the plan is not easy for
Don't
Ukraine,
do it.
but said the U.S. believes the war must
No,
end.
you
that
won't
if
have
it
a
doesn't,
country
Ukraine is
left
likely
if
to
you
lose
do.
even more
Do
territory.
not
Because
appease
Russia
The
will
plan was
invade,
drafted by
don't
Trump's
do it.
homeboy Steve
Here.
Witkoff.
Rearm, invade, and take over the whole country. Not stop with Ukraine. Run into and take Moldova, then turn around and take Georgia.
And don't give him any funny ideas about the rest of Europe.
With input from Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Jared Kushner.
Taiwan
now, let me just pause here to say, red flag, ski bro.
Remember,
red
you
flag.
guys are.
Been...
Remember, you guys are protecting Taiwan, making it less likely that China will attack them.
But of course, with Trump, I don't expect him to help Taiwan whatsoever because he's a loser.
Profiting.
Oh, definitely
global
not.
Deals up to this point.
He's America last.
They're directly
remember,
involved with like
he's a Chinese and Russian asset.
Where like they're making a tremendous amount of money in crypto, for example. Jared Kushner got $2 billion from the Saudi government in return for allegedly giving them classified information that led to MBS consolidating power. These people are insanely corrupt. You have a neocon hawk and two insanely corrupt freaks who are steering this process. Reddest of red flags I've ever seen, dog. Witkoff was also consulted.
I called it.
Witkoff also consulted with Russian envoy Kirill Dmitriev on the plan. Dmitriev told Axios he's optimistic about it because, unlike past efforts, we feel the Russian position is really being heard. President Putin has not publicly endorsed.
Remember I said earlier when Trump's miserable, that's a good thing? When Russian Nazis are happy, that means something very bad just happened.
The plan, after meeting with Dmitriev, Witkoff and Kushner also discussed the plan with Zelensky's national security advisor, Rustem Umerov. U.S. Army Secretary Dan Driscoll presented the plan to Zelensky on Thursday.
Unless it screws, which of course Carl doesn't agree with, if it means it screws America over.
Afterwards, Zelensky said he was prepared to hold talks with
America to be a
Trump
hermit state.
They go on to say something chilling, which is like, oh, we're going to solve this just like we got a ceasefire in Gaza. Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. That peace deal that Israel keeps violating? Yeah, sure.
But that was fake. That wasn't real. 1,500 buildings in Gaza have been destroyed since the fake ceasefire. Hundreds of Palestinians have been killed since
remember,
the
ceasefire is breached automatically by Israel by existing.
It's not real. It's fake. So this, again, Democrats, don't let them get away with this bullshit. This is kayfabe. This is acting. This is not real.
And this is supposed to be one of the issues Dems are better on the roofs of Ukraine war. So, can you please not fuck up for once? It shouldn't be that hard.
Okay. So what's in the deal? Well, what's in the deal
unfortunately, we'll see. We'll see. They've been reasonable. They haven't been too bad.
All right, here we go. Let's see who we're going to be angry with more, the Russian Nazis or Kyle.
Ted, 28-point peace plan. And right off the bat, Kyiv has to cede additional territory. Ukraine has to give up extra territory.
Yeah.
To me, right off the bat, that's unacceptable. That's
what? Kyle being based?
What?
To, like,
freeze the lines
he said it was unacceptable? What the hell, Kyle? Are you on drugs?
Currently Ukraine and give that
Did he talk to... Did he take on thing from Dylan or something? Hold on, there's something weird here.
I think we're dreaming. There's no way we just heard Kyle say that was unacceptable. No, there's no way.
Cap its military at 600,000 personnel. That also seems kind of crazy, especially when Russia just invaded Ukraine illegally and all.
Okay, the fact you said it was crazy, that's better than anything you would say otherwise, but still not far enough. It's unacceptable.
Offensively, and now Ukraine has to cap its military. Why wouldn't Russia have to cap its military in that scenario? They're the aggressor. And amend its constitution to permanently ban NATO membership. The proposal offers security guarantees, framing attacks on Ukraine as if it's an attack on America. In fact, it goes beyond that. It's as if it's an attack on the entire transatlantic community. So it would trigger a collective military response. That's what the deal says.
I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. But anything with Trump, I don't trust it. They need to be able to just join NATO as soon as the war ends. End discussion.
There are economic provisions in the deal that call for redirecting $100 billion.
That's going to be the only thing that's going to shield Ukraine from Russia. And it's going to in turn shield Moldova and Georgia, especially Moldova, from Russia.
In frozen Russian assets towards rebuilding Ukraine. It's lifting frozen economic provisions in the deal that call for redirecting $100 billion in frozen Russian assets towards rebuilding Ukraine.
Well, good. Steal Russian asset money and use it to rebuild Ukraine.
Way.
That's actually good.
Joint U.S.-Russia venture in AI and mining and energy, plus Russia coming back to the G8. So it really integrates Russia back with the global economy.
Unacceptable.
When it comes to business and stuff like that. And again, this is why I say look out, because I guarantee you,
no Nazis allowed in the global community.
Witkoff and Kushner and Trump himself are probably
going to
financially profit off
it doesn't matter the religion.
And that includes
China, too. It doesn't matter whether it's the Christian Nazis in Russia or across the world, whether it's the Jewish Nazi of Benjamin, no, not Jewish Nazi, Zion Nazi of Benjamin Hitler Yahoo,
And
or the Islamic Nazis of Chechnya,
And
or
Pubergy.
Modi's Hindu Nazis, or Aung San Suu Kyi's Buddhist Nazis, etc.
Modi, Erdogan,
Yeah,
Pubergy.
I did say Modi being a Hindu Nazi.
Mandates amnesty for wartime actions by all parties.
No.
So in other words, if all the Russian
No
war
amnesty.
criminals and Putin himself, they would totally get away scot-free.
Absolutely
It requires
unacceptable.
Ukraine to hold elections within 100
Yeah.
days.
Well, if the war ends, then yes, they would have elections. Unlike idiots like Charlie Kirk.
And enforces non-aggression pacts alongside cultural programs denouncing Nazi ideology. Okay.
Okay, then we gotta condemn the Russian Nazi state then.
The plan recognizes Crimea, Luhansk, Donetsk, and parts of the Kherson region as
Kyle,
Russian.
it's Kherson.
I mean, that's basically the gist of what it is.
Please, yes.
Now, the story gets darker.
And also,
Please fix that.
no, unacceptable.
The story gets darker. So, in my opinion, there's already things in here that are just insane that I would never agree to.
This deal's horrible.
To give up more
Yeah.
territory than even what Russia currently
Zelensky,
has
you know what to
is
do.
like,
Do not accept this
what?
at all costs.
Like, that's, okay. But ready for this? Look at this. So Nick Schifrin says the following. He's with NewsHour. After talking to Secretary Rubio, Senator Rounds announces that the 28-point plan was a Russian document, not a U.S. document. Here's what one of the senators said. Secretary Rubio did make a phone call to us this afternoon. I think he made it very clear to us that we are the recipients of a proposal that was delivered to one of our representatives. It is not our recommendation. It is not our peace plan. It is a proposal that was received, and as an intermediary, we have made arrangements to share it,
Nazi
and we did not release it. It was leaked. It was not released by our members or our representatives. This is an opportunity to receive it, and that it has been utilized and delivered to the Ukrainians, and that they will have an opportunity to respond. And in doing so, you now have one side being presented, and the opportunity for the other side to respond. So as Midas Touch says, so Trump was threatening Ukraine to sign a deal that was fully created by Russia.
Yeah,
Caroline Leavitt kept touting this as a good plan.
Yep, Russian asset.
This is a bombshell scandal. So here is the order of events. Ready? Plan leaks. U.S. confirms the plan is real. Some senators condemn the plan. Senators say Rubio calls them, denies it's a real plan. Then the White House denies that denial and says it's a real plan. Then Rubio says, yes, it is a real starting plan. Straight from Russia, sent to Ukraine. You need to accept these terms. After Trump already made Ukraine sign away like half of their shit from now until forever. This is insane, bro. This is insane. And I guarantee you, even in a scenario where they try to force on Ukraine the terms of this deal, right? This shit is not going to last. There's no way the deal's going to last. It's going to be just like the Gaza deal. It's going to be a fake
Nazi
peace
terrorist
deal.
organization of Israel.
They're not just looking for a peace agreement. You need some semblance of justice and sanity and rationality in the agreement. It can't be so immensely one-sided.
Did Dylan
and it can't
Burns
be
bonk you
forced
on the
through
head or
so that
something?
people
Why
can
are you sounding so
personally
based
profit
all
off
of a
it.
sudden?
Sounds like
No,
he
it's gonna
might
fall
have.
apart. But that's the thing,
Dylan
guys. is like,
W, please be
literally,
true.
They just want, I
Please
think
bonk
Trump
Kyle in
just
the head.
wants the optics of it being settled. Because you all know.
I can't
he
believe
goes
I'm
around
hearing
and
Kyle
says,
all of a sudden
"I
being
solved 8
based on this
wars.
after
I
all these
ended 8
years."
wars.
Yeah.
Literally ended
I still think
0.
this is a
None. In fact,
dream.
he's starting new wars.
I'm
But he
still
said, "I
waiting for
stopped
the
8 wars."
sting in the
And
tail.
then, by the way,
I'm still
what's
waiting for the
one issue
sting
Trump
at
is
the
polling
end.
highest on? The Gaza
How long is there
ceasefire.
left on the video?
Even though it's fake. Because the Democrats don't say, hey,
minute
this is
and a
fake.
half?
This is bullshit. You're lying. It's not real. This is all optics. It's
Still
theater.
just
It's
enough
kabuki theater. It's
time.
fake. So he's polling highest there. He's doing the same thing here, trying to get a fake win. And the Democrats might let him fucking get away with it. So
I
just
hope not, because that's one
insane
thing
type
that even
stuff here,
corporate
man.
Dems
Insane.
are good on. That's like the
This
one
is
thing they're only
amateur
good
hour,
on.
and it's
Support
very clear
Ukraine.
that they're personally profiting off this. It's very clear that there's aspects of this agreement which are just non-starters. And again, the
That is an
craziest part to me, and I
understatement
don't
to
see
the
anybody
max.
else talking about this, is you literally just signed a deal that said, we're going to get like half of your shit forever, and in return for that, we give you money and weapons and support you in perpetuity against Russia. And now you're rushing in to say, by the way, here's a 28-point Russian peace deal that you need to agree to all the terms to. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. It's just, the guy's got to go. The guy's a fucking danger, bro. Trump is just a danger to the country. With all of the immense corruption leading to insane things like this, all the optical victories, which are just agreeing to play pretend to the world. Like, he is just unfit for the office. He needs to be impeached or he needs to be hit with the 25th Amendment. It has never been more clear. Hey, y'all, do me a favor.
I can't believe it.
Holy shit, that's the end of the video.
I can't believe it. Kyle didn't say anything bad for once on the Russia-Ukraine war. This has got to be a dream, people. Someone pinched me for crying out loud.
Pinches you through the internet.
Oh, that hurts. So it must be real. I can't believe it. Dylan, did you do something to Kyle or something? I've never heard him be this based on. I can't believe Kyle finally was based on the Russia-Ukraine war. Now, Dylan, could you please bonk Hassan on the head even if he's unwilling?
Yes, Hassan next.
Oh, that would be so funny to watch Hassan squirm. Oh, it would be beautiful. I can't believe it.
Yeah, watch him squirm.
But yeah. Oh man, us grilling Hassan, oh man, he would squirm forever. Oh man, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we gotta say about, first off, Kyle actually being based for once. I can't believe what I heard.
Yeah, same. I was watching the whole video, listening to the whole video being like, where's the sting in the tail? Where's the sting in the tail? And it never came.
Of course, I'm not gonna be surprised if next time you cover Kyle, you immediately go back to your former self. I won't be surprised. Mm-hmm. But of course, in the end,
go back to your America hermit state.
And
beliefs.
Of course, we gotta say about the awful, terrible Russian Nazi appeasement that this peace deal is.
Yeah, this deal basically just hands you all of Ukraine, all of Moldova, and all of Georgia over to Russia to build their Tsarist empire.
There's only one base thing to do, people. Oppose this deal with everything. Zelensky, do not agree with this whatsoever. You're killing Russian Nazis every single day, and they're taking severe casualties with very little gained territory. Keep it up. No appeasement, and the only base deal is Ukraine gets all their territory back by the 1991 borders, and they join NATO as a fuck you right back to the Russian Nazi state. And then, once Russia is beat that badly, that'll hopefully scare China away from Taiwan forever. That's the actual based peace deal. So yeah, guys.
Exactly.
Yep. And with that, guys, we finally got through all the topics. So I hope you all laughed your ass off this Thanksgiving before NFL and all that. And hope to see you all next time for episode 144. So see you guys then.
See you then.